In the bowels of the prison complex, prisoners Boggs, Rains and Golic are mapping a large chamber, while using candles to mark their route, like Hansel and Gretel and their breadcrumbs. Suddenly Rains notices the candles blowing out one by one. Thinking it's a draft from an air shaft, Rains goes back to relight them. On his way, he notices something running past nearby, disturbing some storage barrels. Thinking it's another prisoner mucking around, he continues, and another candle is blown out. He stops when he notices a puddle of liquid next to him, with more liquid dribbling into it. He brings his torch down for a closer look, and the alien, now fully grown, rears its head up and attacks him. Rain's death is very similar to Lambert's in that it's prolonged and we really don't know what the alien is doing to him. Boggs and Golic don't stick around to find out either. They run in a blind panic down a series of tunnels and air shafts and find themselves back where they started. Golic takes a close look at Rain's extremely bloodied form. There is a large amount of blood around the left forehead area, suggesting that the alien finally put Rains out of his misery with a bite to the head. Boggs, meanwhile, backs cautiously away, looking around for Rain's attacker, when he hears some clanking against a metal pipe above him. He looks up just in time to see the alien lunge from a duct in the wall and drag him up. Boggs struggles and screams before the back of his head explodes. Golic is sprayed with Boggs' blood, and when the alien bares its blood-coated teeth, Golic flees, screaming. So what's happening with the candles? Boggs suggests that it's wind from a vent shaft blowing them out. However, the only air we see circulating is the very slightest of breezes, which occasionally can be seen blowing the smoke from the prisoners' flare torches. Most of the time, the smoke from the flares is drifting straight up, unaffected by any wind. Other theories for the candles blowing out is either A, the alien is running past them in the dark and the breeze generated blows them out, or B, the alien is in fact blowing them out with its mouth. Rain sees something disturbing some barrels as it supposedly runs past at one point. We quickly learn that this is the alien, all but invisible in the darkness. Most of the shots of candles blowing out are either close-ups or shots that are surrounded in darkness, so we couldn't even see the alien if it was running past or blowing them out. If the alien can in fact exhale, as the Queen appears to do in the hive in Aliens, then the candles going out one by one, slowly making their way towards the prisoners, would suggest that the alien is in fact stalking its prey or trying to split them up. While an alien with its streamlined, curved head wouldn't appear to leave much of a breeze in its wake, and there doesn't appear to be any naturally occurring breezes, ultimately all three theories are unproven. As has been mentioned, there are similarities with Rain's death and Lambert's death. When we look at the deaths of Brett, Parker or Ferro, they were all over pretty quickly. Rains, on the other hand, screams and yells for the others to help him, struggling with the alien for around 20 seconds. In a somewhat unusual position too, the alien's head appears to be close to the ground, while Rains doesn't look like he's touching the ground at all. Is this the same sort of thing that happened to Lambert? When Boggs and Golic find Rain's body, he still has his jacket on, and we're not given any indication that his clothes have been removed as they had with Lambert. There is a bloody wound on his forehead, which seems to be the signature head bite. There is also blood on his jacket and the walls, hinting at further wounds and violence. Boggs is grabbed from above and struggles, screaming. The alien has somehow crammed itself into a narrow gap between the wall and the ceiling. It's difficult to determine what exactly happened to Boggs, as we see the back of his head explode as his head snaps back, hinting that the alien caught his head with its inner jaw. However, we don't actually see the inner jaw. Possibly it's too fast, and from the angle we're viewing, it's not visible.